Guys, as you know, usually every quarter I have a webinar like today where I review basically a plan that you can put in place for your own insurance agency when it comes to social media. I find that pretty much 100% of the agencies that are struggling with social media are going on a day-by-day basis, kind of impulsively just doing what they can do. So what I try to do is kind of put together a written plan. What I'm going to do is I'm going to literally go through each day, Monday through Friday, tell you what times to post, suggest what content to post. Am I saying that you have to use it word for word? Of course not. But it's a guide. It's something that you can use to move forward with for the next 3 months. I will email everyone who attends today a copy of this, so don't feel like you have to take notes. And I think you guys will be better off. And keep in mind that this plan does change every quarter. For those of you that were on my fourth quarter plan, it's a little different than obviously January through the end of March. And of course that occurs because we're talking about a different time period in the year. People are doing different things. The posting times change. So I just want everyone to kind of be cognizant of that, and hopefully you'll see some value in this. So kind of real quick, I think it's important to know that right now 68% of all the independent agencies out there are trying to use social media. That means they're somewhat active. I got these stats. I was at a pretty big convention, social media insurance convention, a few weekends ago, and they're estimating at the bare minimum 68% of all insurance agencies now are trying to post weekly. I think that number may be actually higher. Of course, as I always mention during my webinars, the reason to post is just like the reason you use drip email marketing. It's about touching people. Are you going to get 1 million transactions immediately? No, of course not. But it's about touching people as consistently as possible. And if you can do that over time, just like with email marketing, just like with cold calling, just like when you send mail to people's mailboxes, eventually when these people need the service, they remember the people that have touched them. They go back to your website to give you a call. I think most importantly, when it comes to social media, I always tell people to just relax, take a deep breath, think logically, and pay attention to the statistics, because that's what's going to make you successful. And what I mean by the statistics is, as I go through each day and tell you when to post, it's all based on a science. It's all based on a probability of result. And, I find that the agencies that kind of understand the fact that this is a science and that there are rules that you should follow, they're the ones that set agendas and reach their goals. The guy that kind of just wakes up and says, hey, I'm going to post this really great thing about auto insurance, he burns out eventually. You'll never keep it up unless you have a game plan. And, again, that's what I'm trying to provide you. So make no mistake, when I talk about the day and the time of day that you're going to post, that is important. The aesthetics of how you post are very important. Social media is very competitive. You're not just competing with your competitors, you're competing with all the people you're connected with. So, please kind of take every word I'm saying pretty seriously. So when we're talking about Mondays this winter, again, where do I come up with this stuff? This is based on about 9 years in a row now of posting for me. I take an incredible amount of stats. I have analytics broken out. Every day that I post, I kind of chart everything and put it into a huge spreadsheet and come out with percentages. So this is how I kind of come up with this stuff. So in January, February, March, on Mondays, you want to post 1 to 2 p.m. or around 5 p.m. That's going to get you the highest click-through rate, the highest views. I tell the story all the time, and it seems like it always happens. There's always somebody who thinks it's a great idea to post right when they wake up at 5 in the morning. I have a client tell me that it seems like once a month. That is really a very stupid thing to do, because when we're talking about social media, guys, people are not physically coming to your social media presence. They really aren't. They're seeing your data, your content, on their own social media presence feed, on their tickers, on their phones. And very logically, you want to post when the highest percentage of people are on the computer on social media. So I find Mondays right after lunch, you get a nice little flow, and late in the day, you get a nice little flow around 5 o'clock. Monday mornings are probably the worst time to post possible. People come in, they're focused, they actually do work. And people who aren't working, they're off running around. So I always say first quarter, keep it in the afternoon, 1 to 2, 5 p.m. Now, just a disclaimer. If you post at 11 o'clock, will the world end? Absolutely not. Everyone's different. Everyone has a different group of connections. These are just the odds. If you don't have a plan, you don't have any idea, this is a safe choice. What should you post on Monday? I would try to stay away from the real serious type posts. Again, people are focused. They're not going to jump off what they're doing. So when it comes to Mondays, I would try to keep it simple. I wouldn't post about insurance. What I've found to be pretty successful lately, I've seen a lot of agencies successful at this type thing. Go onto a website, just Google, famous quotes. And very simple to find laundry lists of powerful quotes. Throw a quote in there, something inspirational to start off people's weeks. Now, anytime you guys post, you have to put a graphic in as well. So you have content and graphics. However, I have right here, just use a picture. So you can do that as well. You don't actually have to put text in. And I kind of threw an example of what I'm talking about. Here's kind of just a relaxing, kind of funny little picture about who ordered another Monday. Hey, that may get shared, that may get liked, that may get commented on. So that's what I suggest on Monday. Keep it light, not too much thought process. You yourself are probably very busy as well. So that's what I suggest on Monday. And guys, I'll kind of cover this at the end, but I think where a lot of people go wrong, especially in the insurance industry, is they think social media's purpose is to educate the world on insurance. Or even worse, they think the point of social media is to make a sale. Guys, we're not trying to accomplish that. What we're trying to accomplish is we're trying to touch as many people as possible. It's a numbers game. Obviously, nobody impulsively buys insurance products. When they're ready, they become buyers. Something happens to them. So again, we play the odds, and the best case scenario is to try to appeal to as many people as possible and to keep influencing and touching them on a consistent daily basis, 5 days a week, 12 months a year. If you can keep that up, the numbers are going to be in your favor, and you're going to get referral phone calls. So that's Monday. As we move on here, we'll move on to Tuesday. And, on Tuesday I find best time to post really that lunch hour, 11 to 1 o'clock. On Tuesday should be your most insurance-related post. I always kind of call it, project to be an expert, or, be that insurance expert. When people are going to become buyers, they're not going to look for the guy selling the cheapest product. They want to go to the advisor, the expert, the company that's going to guide them to the right solution. So in order to create that type of appeal and brand, Tuesdays are going to be the days that you're going to post important industry articles. Maybe you get them from NAHU or Trusted Choice. You're going to give your opinion on things, stuff that's occurring in your industry, stuff that's occurring with certain product lines. At the bare minimum, throw a little advice on stuff people can do for their houses if you're selling homeowners insurance in the winter, or effects of life insurance, stuff like that. And at the bare minimum, tips on how people can, find the best policy. Now, one of my disclaimers is, and always will be, we don't want to solicit people. We don't want to post, hey, I can save you money on auto insurance. We don't want to do that. Very, very, very bad. You're then projecting yourself to be a solicitor. People don't want to talk to solicitors, and they certainly don't want to buy from them because, it's just the way our society is. So we want to project ourselves to be an expert, and our posts need to illustrate that. And again, every post we have content and we have graphics. The graphics pull people in. Very, very important. On Wednesday, best time to post, noon to 1, and I find late in the day on Wednesday, 3 to 5. Statistics show that on Wednesday, I think statistics have shown that most people will stay their latest at work on Wednesdays for whatever reason. So later in the day tends to be pretty good. People kind of have that lull before they put in the extra 2 or 3 hours and they really focus. What should you post on Wednesday? I like to see promotion on Wednesday, and that means agency promotion. Again, big difference between soliciting and promoting, but a promotion could be just as simple as, hey, did you know Bob's Insurance has been in business since 1996, and we specialize in agricultural insurance. Did you know that Bob's Insurance is excited to announce that Karen has been with the company for 15 years today? Great customer service rep. That's promotion. It's just kind of bragging about the agency to some extent. Keep it simple. At the bare minimum, list a link to your website if you're not sure what to do, but let people know the products you sell. Remember, if you've been savvy and you've been smart, you've gone out there and connected with a lot of your clients. So we have cross-selling opportunities here. Maybe they've done business with you for life insurance. They have no idea you sell health insurance. So you kind of wanted to say, hey, did you know we specialize in life insurance, but we also sell auto, home, and commercial. So just by doing that, you're kind of, again, influencing people. Do I expect 50 people to call you that night? Absolutely not. But you're laying the seeds. And if you consistently do that, a few of them are going to sprout. So that's what I suggest on Wednesday, a promotional day. On Thursday, again, late in the afternoon is often good. Again, statistics show that a lot of people tend to go out after work on Thursday afternoon. So that means, their focus kind of lags, especially in the winter. They're fooling around on the Internet. 3 to 5 is your best time. What you should post on Thursday are things you're passionate about. In my opinion, this is the weakest link for insurance agencies. Very few agencies do a good job at this. And what does that mean? That means, kind of not talking about insurance so much and talking about things that you're involved in. Maybe you're involved in the community. Maybe you're part of an association. Maybe you're on the board, the PIA or NAHU. Just kind of talk about that stuff in a way that it's going to involve other people and they're going to comment and interact. Again, our goal is not to talk down to people. Our goal is to talk with people. Good salesmen get people talking. So that's kind of how you have to post. At the bare minimum, try to put some sort of post that projects you to be trying to help other people. It's just good karma, and certainly people like to see that. So that's what I want to see on Thursday, passionate stuff. On Friday, probably the biggest widespread day when you can post because, again, I think most people are kind of fooling around on Friday. I like 9 to 10 in the morning, personally myself, and I like 2 to 4 p.m., which is right around now, my time. Again, on Friday, I suggest you have a little bit of fun. Maybe you do a little trivia. Personally, I love to post social media tips. I find people share them. Again, when people are sharing and commenting, your agency is now getting thrown in front of new people that you don't know. That's the goal of all this stuff. So Friday, keep it light. Try to talk about things that are on people's minds. Obviously, if a big movie's coming out that weekend, talk about it. There's nothing wrong with that. All you're doing is showing your social skills, which, again, drops people's guards and gets people kind of taking a look at what you're doing and, most importantly, looking at your agency. As for the weekend, I don't have anything on here. Again, use common sense on the weekends. If we get into the NFL playoffs, people are watching TV. They're definitely on social media. So during those games, that's when you want to post. Stay away from the late night on Saturday and the early mornings. People are busy. They're fooling around. So that's what I kind of suggest on the weekend. So just as a summary, well, let me throw this in. One thing you do want to be careful about is, I say, kind of being like a zealot. And, I know all of us have our passions to some extent. Obviously, with the election, everyone got kind of heated with it. But my point is you have to be very politically correct with this stuff. Even though you may be an adamant Republican or an adamant Democrat or, you really passionate about your religion, all that stuff is great. There's nothing wrong with it, but you can't be crazy about it on social media because here's the reality. What happens if one of your clients really adamantly disagrees with your view? It's just not good for business. So I always try to explain, just be careful with that. Think logically, use your head. Even though you may not stand the local politician, you don't want to go blasting them on social media because you could lose a few clients. So just be careful with that. That's just an FYI. And then finally, as I kind of reiterated, the goal is to just be a good social person. That's what social media is. It's about trying to get people to pay attention to us, to actually read what we're writing. So think logically. Don't be too technical. Be yourself. You're a good salesman. That's why you got in the insurance business. Utilize those skills on social media, and you'll be fine. If you're at the point where you just kind of can't get it done and you need some help with social media, shoot me an email, give me a call. I'd be happy to talk to you about our social media management service. This is the exact strategy I use for all my clients on social media management. Of course, we customize those posts for those agencies, but maybe it's a solution for you. So, guys, I'm going to email everyone a copy of this presentation in a few minutes. Hopefully this was helpful. I wish you the best of luck. Have a great weekend, and I'll talk to everyone.